So Teyana Taylor and Iman Shumpert divorce has been final, and she's walking away with $10 million in property.
Now, if you thought Iman Shumpert was just going to sit back and let his ex-wife, Teyana Taylor, live her best life with her new man, Aaron Pierre Mufasa, then you clearly don't know how petty he can get. He is making it his mission to stir up drama and throw roadblocks in her way, no matter what it takes. If you somehow missed the chaos from the past few weeks, let's catch you up. Aaron and Teyana shocked everyone when they stepped out as a couple, making their relationship official in a way nobody saw coming. Fans were eating it up, loving the unexpected romance. But Iman? Oh, he was big mad. And word on the street? He allegedly tried to run up on Aaron after the two were caught packing on the PDA at an Oscars after-party. But Aaron? He's not about to let this slide. Allegedly, he went straight to court and hit Iman with a restraining order. And if you thought that would be the end of the drama, think again. Because things are about to get way messier, and Iman better watch his mouth when it comes to Aaron, or he might end up in a situation he is not ready for. So, you really think Iman is the victim in all this? Just because he's been running his mouth nonstop about Teyana moving on with Aaron? Please. It's not hard to see why he's salty though. Because let's be real, Aaron Pierre is that guy right now. Hollywood's got him on speed dial. He's getting invited to all the elite events, making waves, and let's not forget, he's got the ladies hooked. Recently, he starred in a major box office hit, and his career is skyrocketing. We love to see it. Now, I'm not saying Iman isn't doing something with his life. He's out here dabbling in hip-hop, making his little songs, and keeping himself busy. He's not exactly struggling, but let's be real for a millisecond. Aaron's year is hitting way different. And let's just say, Iman has been spiraling ever since Teyana and Aaron made things official. And here's where it gets messy. Because word on the street, Iman's been out here bad-mouthing Teyana, telling anyone who'll listen that she's a deadbeat mom. Now, that is a wild accusation. But trust, it's only the beginning of the chaos. Iman is out here pushing a whole narrative, claiming that Teyana has been neglecting their kids just to spend more time with Aaron. He's trying to make it seem like she's prioritizing her new man over being a mom, when in reality, he's just drowning in jealousy. But the real kicker? He's the reason their marriage even fell apart in the first place. It's no secret. Iman was out here wilding. He cheated multiple times with multiple women, and to make it worse, he wasn't even being careful, allegedly putting Teyana at risk with his reckless behavior. And this wasn't some recent scandal. Oh no. Rumor has it, Iman had been running around on her for years. Word on the street? He was creeping with other women from the very beginning, before they were even married. And not long after tying the knot, boom, he got exposed again for sneaking around. But this is where things get real messy. Because whispers started floating around that this wasn't just some random side chick. Allegedly, Teyana and Iman had actually been in a whole situationship with this woman. Now, let's not forget, Teyana had already admitted in the past that they occasionally invited other people into the bedroom. So, this rumor wasn't exactly shocking, but it definitely had folks wondering, why would Iman go behind Teyana's back when she had already been so open with him? Make it make sense. Teyana had already made it crystal clear. She didn't mind sharing when it came to Iman, but somehow, that still wasn't enough for him. And just when folks thought this situation couldn't get any messier, Teyana did something that had everybody talking. She vanished from social media. Instagram, gone. Twitter, wiped. And let's be real, that move only fueled the rumors even more. People instantly started connecting the dots, convinced that all those whispers about Iman stepping out on her 2 months into their marriage weren't just gossip. They were facts. The timing was just too suspicious. Suddenly, the internet turned into a crime scene, with fans playing detective and trying to piece together what was really going on behind the scenes. But then, out of nowhere, Teyana rushed to Iman's defense. She shut down the cheating rumors, insisting that he had been 100% faithful to her. She even wrote, "I never even seen that girl in my life. My page is gone because I'm upset at Def Jam for not dropping my WTP video on time, per usual." It's really sad that lies get more attention than the truth. Iman is not dumb. He know why. Kill the story. But let's be real, a lot of folks weren't buying it. Reports started swirling that she was covering for him, standing 10 toes down behind him despite all the allegations. And if she was protecting him, the question remains, why? Reports kept rolling in. Iman was allegedly creeping around with multiple women, but somehow Teyana still stood by her man. She wasn't budging, no matter how loud the rumors got. But then in 2023, oh, it got worse. A TikTok user came through with some next-level mess, acting out a whole dramatic reenactment of a tip she claimed came straight from one of Teyana's assistants. She didn't drop names, but she didn't have to. She spilled tea about a very well-known singer, married to a retired NBA player, who, according to her, had a serious cheating problem. And just when folks thought it couldn't get any crazier, she hit them with the real bombshell. This man's non-stop infidelity supposedly broke his wife so badly that she ended up in the hospital from pure heartbreak. It didn't take long for the internet to put two and two together, and before you knew it, all eyes were locked in on Teyana and Iman. But wait, she wasn't done. The TikToker cranked the drama all the way up and dropped an even wilder claim. She alleged that the real reason this so-called mystery woman landed in the hospital had nothing to do with heartbreak. Instead, she hinted that nose candy was involved. Hard. She even claimed that this woman OD'd and had to cancel a major performance because of it. Now, whether there's any truth to these claims, that's still up for debate. But one thing's for sure. This tea is scalding hot. Fans didn't waste a second putting the pieces together. They knew the TikTok tea was about Teyana. Why? Because just a month before, she had canceled a performance, citing exhaustion. But if you thought that would be enough to make her finally spill the truth, think again. Instead of folding under pressure, Teyana came out swinging. She clapped back at everyone talking about her and Iman, calling them nosy liars who needed to mind their business. She didn't hold back either. She went straight to social media and let it be known. The person who sent in this cap TikTok story is a fool. The person who reenacted this cap story is a fool, and she better have her court coin ready. Then she really put her foot down. Most importantly, where are the receipts? Oh, nobody? I mean, absolutely nobody can make Petya overdose on that damn thing. I'd kill him, put him in a nice suit, and bury him my dang self before I let him or anybody push me to drugs or take myself out. She was 10 toes down for Iman, defending him and their marriage no matter what. But here's the thing. While she was out here fighting his battles, Iman, he was silent. Not once did he step up to deny the cheating allegations himself. He left everything up to Teyana. Didn't post, didn't like, didn't even drop a simple, "This ain't true," to back her up. And let's be real, that was a huge red flag. Because why on earth would you sit back and watch the world drag your wife, the mother of your kids, over your mess without lifting a finger to defend her? The silence louder than the accusations. But at some point, even Teyana couldn't keep up the act, because the side piece came through with receipts, and not just whispers and accusations. Actual evidence. Word on the street? This woman wasn't just a casual fling. She wanted Iman all to herself. She was tired of being the other woman and was ready to force him to choose. Now, why anyone would fight for a man who was out here cheating is beyond me. Because let's be real, you lose him how you get him. But hey, that's on her. So, what did Miss Sidepiece do? She blew up his whole spot. She dropped a video where, clear as day, you could hear Iman's voice in the background. And at that point, there was no more covering up, no more excuses. The jig was officially up, but she wasn't done. She took things even further and posted a picture. And not just any picture. Oh no, she made sure to include a very specific detail. She was rocking Iman's chain, and that was the nail in the coffin, because now there was zero doubt that she and Iman had been messing around on the low for who knows how long. And let's just take a second to acknowledge how bold these new age side pieces are. Like, they do not care. Gone are the days of staying quiet. Nowadays, they're stepping forward, dropping receipts, and demanding attention. So at this point, you'd think Teyana would finally throw in the towel, right? That she'd stop defending Iman and see him for who he really is? Well, let's just say things didn't go down the way you'd expect. At this point, Teyana had every reason to drag Iman for filth. She could have exposed him, aired all his dirty laundry, and let the world eat him alive. But nope, she chose the high road. Instead of letting the internet tear him apart, she actually defended him. Again. She stepped forward and said, "In all fairness, Iman and I were separated and have been for a while. So to be 1000% clear, infidelity ain't one of the reasons for our departure. We are still one hell of a team when it comes to co-parenting our two beautiful children. The only reason I'm even sharing this part of the chat is because the narratives are getting a little out of hand, and it's unfair to all parties involved. I hope this provides some clarity for y'all." Now, with everything she's done to protect him, the least Iman could do was sit down, be quiet, and stop making things worse. I mean, she literally took the heat for him, covered up his mess, and still managed to keep things classy. But did he show her that same respect? Absolutely not. Instead, Iman went full victim mode. Instead of taking responsibility, he started flipping the script, acting like he was the one who suffered in their marriage. He even had the nerve to hint that Teyana was the reason he started cheating in the first place. In a wild attempt to justify himself, he brought up an alleged incident saying, "I was downstairs with my headphones on playing my PlayStation and she started hitting me. I used to work with special ed kids and was taught to hold them from behind with a bear hug to calm them down." Now, let's pause for a second. Because what? Not only did he dodge all accountability, but he tried to paint Teyana as the aggressor and himself as the helpless victim. And let's be real, nobody was buying that story. At that point, Teyana had enough. Iman kept talking, spinning his little victim narrative. But this time, she wasn't letting it slide. This was the final straw, and when she clapped back, oh, she did not hold back. Once Teyana started spilling, she didn't stop. She exposed just how toxic Iman had been while they were still together. And let's just say, it wasn't pretty. She put it all out there. How he was jealous of her success. How he felt threatened by her fame, even though he was making way more money in the NBA than she could ever dream of in music. But despite his millions, he still couldn't handle her shine. And it didn't stop there. Teyana revealed that Iman would constantly hit her with manipulative and condescending text messages, trying to tear her down every time she stepped into the spotlight. And, get this? He wouldn't just start random fights. He'd pick arguments on purpose just to ruin special moments for her, even on her birthday. And then, he'd turn around and hit her with an apology. Y'all, it's giving narcissism. But allegedly, it gets even worse. Teyana revealed that she actually shrank herself professionally just to keep the peace in their marriage, because Iman couldn't stand watching her success grow. And in an effort to make things work at home, she made a huge sacrifice. She turned down acting roles after giving birth, hoping it would bring more stability to their relationship. But here's the kicker. That sacrifice backfired. With fewer roles came less income, and suddenly, Iman had a problem with it. After years of holding things down, after putting her own career on the back burner for his ego, she found herself being criticized for not contributing enough financially. Make it make sense! At this point, it was a lose-lose situation. No matter what Teyana did, it was never going to be enough for Iman. She could shrink herself, sacrifice her career, keep the family together. Nothing changed. And when the truth finally came to light, it was worse than anyone expected. TMZ dropped the bombshell. Teyana revealed that she fought to keep their family intact, despite Iman being extremely emotionally and mentally abusive toward her. She tried to stick it out, through thick and thin, but instead of meeting her halfway, Iman doubled down, reacting with cruelty, selfishness, and even more disrespect. Eventually, she secretly filed for divorce. But even then, Iman begged for another chance. He insisted they work things out, only to turn right around and fall back into the same toxic patterns. His behavior became lazy, inconsistent, and worst of all, he got himself tangled up in yet another cheating scandal. And this time, it wasn't just painful, it was humiliating. Teyana had done everything to keep their family together, but Iman's insecurity, jealousy, and toxic ways ruined everything. And get this, she even used her own Hollywood connections to help him land gigs after his NBA career started fading out. But instead of being grateful, instead of stepping up, Iman picked fights at every turn. By 2021, she had finally had enough and started the divorce process. But in a moment of hope, she called it off. They gave it one more shot. And for a brief moment, it looked like they might actually make it work. But it didn't last, because Iman's insecurities only got worse as his NBA career continued to decline. And in the court documents, well, let's just say the receipts don't lie. By 2022, Teyana was done. She realized she was being manipulated and controlled by Iman and made the decision to finally file for divorce. But the emotional roller coaster had her in a chokehold too, because just one day later, she asked her legal team to withdraw the filing. But by January of last year, she couldn't take it anymore. The back and forth, the mental games, the constant toxicity. She finally pulled the trigger for good. And here's the kicker. Iman had spent so much time trying to play the victim, acting like Teyana was the aggressor in their marriage. But if everything she's claiming is true, that man was nowhere near the person he pretended to be. And Teyana? She came with receipts. In their divorce filings, she backed up every single claim with proof. And you know it had to be serious because Iman was smart enough not to test her. He didn't dare challenge her or throw out any more accusations because he knew that would only push her to expose even more of what really went down. For a while, it seemed like things finally cooled off between them. People assumed they were just focusing on their kids, keeping the drama off the internet. But then, Pierre stepped into the picture. And everything changed. Because now, Iman is crashing out, big time, and from the way he's been acting, it's giving full meltdown mode. Aaron and Teyana first popped up together at the 15% pledge program, and just days later, they made another appearance at the American Black Film Festival Gala. And let me tell you, they did not disappoint. The way they stepped out? Pure style, pure chemistry. They weren't just showing up, they were making a statement. But the real moment? Oh, that was the hug. When Aaron won his Rising Star Award, Teyana was right there. And that wasn't just some congrats bro type of hug. Oh no, that was a lingering embrace, the kind that says everything without a single word. If anybody was still wondering what was really going on between them, that hug answered all the questions. And let's be real, fans have been eating this relationship up. The streets love them together. The energy, the vibe, the whole aesthetic, it's giving power couple. Well, everybody loves it, except for one person, her ex. Word is, Iman has been spiraling ever since Teyana moved on. In his mind, she was supposed to be sitting at home, miserable, raising the kids, not out here thriving with a whole new man. Now, let's call it what it is. Pure nonsense. He's big mad, and the only reason he's acting out? Because he lost her. And now he has to watch her glow up without him. Teyana leveled up, and apparently, Iman is so salty about it that now there are whispers he's trying to take the kids away from her, out of pure spite. The irony, though? This is coming from the same man that Teyana herself called out for not even showing up as a father. Y'all remember when she put him on blast for putting their kids in danger? One specific incident in the court documents exposed just how reckless Iman had allegedly been. It stated that he put their 2 young children in a rideshare in Chicago, having them dropped off alone at the United Center while he used a private driver for his own transportation. Let's be real! Sending 2 kids under 8 years old in a rideshare alone in a whole different city? That's wild. So, the fact that this man has the nerve to call her a deadbeat. Bold ain't even the word. But while he's out here being messy, Teyana and Aaron just hit another level because they finally went Instagram official. Teyana dropped the pics of them at the Oscars, captioning them, "Riding Oscar night in black and white. No gray area." And y'all, that must have sent Iman into orbit. Because according to reports, he allegedly tried to jump Aaron at an event they were both at, not even low-key about it. This man is really out here losing his mind. Aaron was lucky that there were people around to defuse the situation, because if things had escalated, whew. But even though he managed to get out without throwing hands, not with Mufasa, he still wasn't taking any chances. Word is, Aaron didn't waste a second and allegedly hit Iman with a restraining order. And that was the moment Teyana finally snapped. After everything she had let slide, after all the nonsense Iman put her through, she decided it was time to take him to the cleaners. And let me tell you, she won big. According to reports, Teyana walked away with 4 houses worth over $10 million, a 7-figure payout, luxury vehicles, including a $300,000 Maybach, a $70,000 Mercedes Sprinter, and a tour bus. Full ownership of all her businesses. And Iman? He now has to cough up $8,000 a month in child support, plus cover their children's private school tuition. Y'all, Iman should have kept his hands to himself, because it looks like he finally made Teyana too mad. And when she decided to go after everything she was owed, oh, she took it all. And honestly, who could blame her? He played around and found out the hard way. But what do y'all think about this whole situation? Drop your thoughts in the comments and check out the next video, because this story, it's far from over.